What if your cat already loves you, but isn't completely sure that you love them back? That might sound strange at first. After all, you feed them every day. You buy them toys, keep them comfortable, and make sure they have everything they need. Surely they know how much you care. But here's something many cat owners never realize. Cats don't understand love the same way humans do. While we often express affection through hugs, kisses, and constant attention, cats have their own unique language. A language built on trust, safety, respect, and tiny signals that are easy to miss. The good news is that you don't need expensive gifts or special tricks to make your cat feel loved. Sometimes, the smallest daily actions can have the biggest impact. Today, we'll explore 7 powerful ways to tell your cat, "I love you," in a language they truly understand. Let's begin with one of the sweetest forms of feline communication, the slow blink. One afternoon, Sarah noticed Mona sitting quietly on the windowsill. Mona wasn't sleeping. She wasn't watching birds. She was simply looking at Sarah from across the room. Their eyes met, and after a moment, Mona slowly closed her eyes before opening them again. To many people, this might seem like a sleepy cat, but cat behavior experts know better. A slow blink is one of the clearest signs of trust a cat can give. In the animal world, closing your eyes around someone means lowering your guard. It means you feel safe. Studies have shown that cats are more likely to approach people who slow blink at them. So the next time your cat looks at you, try gently closing your eyes for a moment before opening them again. If your cat blinks back, you may have just shared a small but meaningful conversation. The second way to show love may seem counterintuitive. Sometimes, the best way to show affection is to give your cat space. Many cat owners love their pets so much that they constantly reach for them, pick them up, or try to cuddle whenever possible. But cats value choice. Imagine meeting someone who hugged you every single time they saw you, whether you wanted it or not. Eventually, it would feel overwhelming. Cats feel the same way. When Sarah stopped interrupting Mona's naps and allowed her to decide when she wanted attention, something surprising happened. Mona began approaching Sarah more often on her own. She started sitting beside her during quiet evenings and following her from room to room. Respecting a cat's boundaries doesn't create distance. It creates trust. And trust is one of the strongest forms of love a cat can experience. The third way to speak your cat's language is through play. To us, playtime is fun. To a cat, it's something much deeper. Every cat is born with the instincts of a hunter. Even the most pampered indoor cat still carries the same natural drive to stalk, chase, and capture prey. When Sarah waved a toy lazily in front of Mona, Mona often ignored it. But when the toy moved like a real animal, hiding behind furniture, darting across the floor, and stopping unexpectedly, everything changed. Mona's eyes widened, her body lowered to the ground, and her hunting instincts came alive. Just 10 minutes of meaningful play each day helps reduce stress, prevents boredom, and strengthens the bond between you and your cat. In your cat's mind, the person who creates these exciting hunting adventures becomes someone worth trusting and staying close to. The fourth way to tell your cat you love them is something many owners already do without realizing its importance: talking to them. Have you ever noticed how your voice changes when you speak to your cat? Most people automatically use a softer, warmer tone. As silly as it might feel, research suggests that cats respond positively to this kind of speech. They recognize familiar voices and often react more strongly when owners speak with affection. When Sarah greeted Mona each morning with a gentle, "Good morning, sweetheart," Mona would often respond with a soft meow and walk closer. The words themselves weren't important. It was the warmth behind them. Your cat may not understand every sentence you say, but they can absolutely recognize comfort, familiarity, and kindness in your voice. The fifth way to show love is surprisingly simple: spend quiet time together. In a world full of distractions, we often assume every interaction needs a purpose. We think bonding requires petting, playing, or treats. But cats don't always see it that way. In nature, cats often rest near individuals they trust. They don't constantly interact. They simply share space. Sarah noticed that when she sat quietly reading a book, Mona would eventually enter the room and settle nearby. Some days it was on the same couch. Other days it was across the room. The important part wasn't the distance. It was the choice. Cats feel safest when they can be close to someone without pressure or expectations. Sometimes, simply existing together is one of the most meaningful forms of companionship. The sixth way to tell your cat you love them is by respecting their sleep. Cats spend a large portion of their lives sleeping, and for good reason. Sleep helps them recover, regulate stress, and feel secure. Yet many owners struggle to resist the temptation of waking a sleeping cat because they look adorable. Sarah used to gently pick up Mona whenever she found her curled up in a sunny spot. Over time, she noticed Mona choosing harder to reach sleeping places. Once Sarah began allowing her to rest undisturbed, Mona started sleeping closer to her again. To a cat, a safe sleeping spot is precious. By protecting that sense of security, you're showing respect for one of their most vulnerable moments. And finally, let's talk about a special form of affection that many cats reserve for their closest companions. When bonded cats groom each other, they often focus on areas that are difficult to reach alone, particularly around the head and behind the ears. These gentle grooming sessions strengthen social bonds and create feelings of comfort and connection. That's why many cats enjoy soft strokes around the cheeks, the base of the ears, and the top of the head. When Sarah gently stroked these areas while Mona relaxed beside her, Mona would slowly close her eyes and begin to purr. It wasn't just physical comfort, it was a sign of trust. By learning your cat's favorite grooming spots and touching them gently, you're participating in one of the most natural bonding behaviors in the feline world. At the end of the day, cats don't measure love the way humans do. They don't care about expensive gifts or elaborate displays of affection. What matters to them is much simpler. They remember who makes them feel safe. They remember who respects their boundaries. They remember who understands their needs and speaks their language. Every slow blink, every quiet moment together, every gentle word, and every respectful interaction tells your cat something important. It tells them that they can trust you. And perhaps that's the closest thing a cat has to love. So the next time your cat chooses to sit beside you, slow blink at you, or quietly follow you through the house, remember what they're really saying. They're saying, "I feel safe with you." And in the world of cats, there may be no greater compliment than that. Now we'd love to hear from you. Which of these 7 ways do you already do with your cat? And what's your cat's favorite way of showing affection? Share your story in the comments below. And if you enjoyed learning about the fascinating psychology behind cat behavior, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Mona Tales, and turn on notifications so you never miss another heartwarming cat story. Until next time, give your furry friend a little extra love. Chances are, they're already trying to tell you how much they love you back.